All right, now we're back to the junky kitchen, and I want to do a little demonstration for you. Now, first of all, it's getting to be lunchtime, so it's time for some heart attack chicken. As you know, beef has gotten way too expensive, so I've had to have heart attack chicken every single day. Now here we have the main ingredient of heart attack chicken, which is beef tallow or lard. Now in this case, I've run out of beef tallow. Again, haven't eaten much beef, so I have to use pig lard. So I just took some lard off of the lard that I rendered before. And this would be the form that commercial lard used to come in. It came in blocks. Now over here, I have some canola oil. Now we all know what canola oil is, right? I'm gonna open this up. Get this thing, there we go. All right, now take a sniff. Yeah, does not smell very good. So you say, you know, canola oil is not bad for you, is it? Well, that's a good question. But there's one way to find out. So what I want to do, I'm going to get this spoon over here, and I'm going to put some canola oil in the spoon. All right, so we'll do that. Okay. So we have a bit of canola oil in a spoon. Now what I want to do, I want to try and taste this. And I'm going to compare it to the taste of lard. So let me go ahead and try to taste this. Ew, that is awful. Yuck. Ew. That is really disgusting. I haven't done this experiment for a while. The mouth tastes like... I spit it out immediately, and it tastes like some kind of... It tastes like paint. Yeah. Yuck. All right, now, to get that horrible taste out of my mouth, I'm going to get another spoon. I got this one over here, but I'm going to get another one. And I'm going to go over here to the lard. Ew. Boy, that is bad. Now, I'm going to take some lard. I used to do this a lot when I was younger. So this is pig lard, more than the canola oil. I'm going to eat this. Mmm. Oh, that's good. Wow. See, the thing is, lard, I love lard. I gotta make sure I don't keep eating it, because I'll eat it all up. I love lard. Now, here's the question. I asked my dad this many, many years ago. I asked my mom the same thing. If you can't eat, you can't drink this, how do they expect you to eat this stuff? I mean, seriously. The last time I went to a movie theater was sometime in the mid-1980s. There was a movie called Moving Violations, and they had some lady in there that she was overweight, and she was kind of a hypochondriac, and she went to what she thought was a doctor, but it was actually a mechanic that had a shop called The Clinic. And he told her to check your rear end and put some oil and whatever. And she was drinking, I think, Crisco oil, and it was really nasty. And we were all laughing at it because we know that no normal person would drink Crisco oil. I mean, seriously. But on the other hand, eating lard, that's pretty natural. So see how the lard is starting to melt? I've got the fire on. And when the lard melts, you notice that it looks like an oil. I mean, see? It flows like an oil. In fact, when they made this canola oil, they have to bleach it and deodorize it because canola oil is actually rapeseed. It's kind of a brown, nasty looking oil that smells and tastes awful. There's some kind of fatty acid that'll actually make you very sick. So they refine that out. But on the other hand, lard, as you can see, is just absolutely wonderful. It's white. It tastes just fantastic. I love the taste of lard. It's like that old saying, lard is life. Anyway, my refrigerator used to have butter in it until it got too expensive, and then I've gone to lard. Now, commercial lard isn't cheap, but it's not that bad. It's about $1.50 a pound or less, depending on when you buy it. And I usually buy it in a 50-pound block. And that 50-pound block comes wrapped in this plastic, and it's in a box. I usually get it from a Gordon Foods. And by the way, over here is my used lard. As you can see, it's become dark, and it's a little bit liquid. There's a few little particles that have separated out. This material is not thrown away. This is actually used as a hand cleaner. And I have it in here. See, here's some more used lard. And when you have it really used, right here, see how dark it is? It looks almost like peanut butter. Now this does not smell, it doesn't smell like anything. And I'm not going to eat it because it doesn't taste good. But this is no longer suitable for cooking. But it's perfectly fine for cleaning your hands. And the neat thing about it is that if you're like me and you work with a lot of mechanical items and grease and oil and things that could otherwise be very toxic to you, if you keep putting this lard on yourself, it gets absorbed in your skin and actually seems to block the absorption of chemicals. Because I know that a lot of times if I got oil or grease on my hand and I use regular commercial soap, my hands would smell a little bit like gas or oil after they were clean, which means it's being absorbed in my system. But when I'm covered with lard, that doesn't happen. So a lot of times you'll see, my hands are greasy, they got a bunch of lard on them. I'll keep a container of lard nearby when I'm working. And it actually removes even roofing tar. Like if you have roof cement, it'll take that off. And look at how nice that looks. It's just melting, nice and clear. It's beautiful. So when I put the chicken in there, and the chicken is in the refrigerator, it's ready to be cooked, it's just going to be really delightful. There's also a plantain in here. I made for a friend of mine some plantains. These were the leftovers, and they're probably no good. I'll give them to the ducks once they ripen. There's some more duck food in here. There was a party they had. I did buy some eggs on sale, and here's some bread for the ducks. More duck food here. So we'll be feeding the quackers all the duck food. Oh, and you probably also noticed there's this jar of vegetables. Uh-oh. Did Rick go vegan? No. If you know what this is, you know what it is. This is actually sauerkraut that I'm fermenting for a friend of mine. And when we do get together and we're going to have a steak, because he's an ex-vegan, I will eat sauerkraut with my steak just so that I can fit in. Remember, I'm not a fanatic. I will eat some plant-based foods. I'm not afraid of fermented foods, although some people do get allergies from it, it seems. For me, the fermented foods don't bother me as long as I ferment them myself. And I do eat fermented milk on a regular basis in the form of yogurt. So anyway, as you can see, my lard is melting. Pretty soon that heart attack chicken will be plopped in there, and I'll be ready to have a delicious heart attack for lunch. And that's it. So if you ever want to try this experiment, you have some canola oil in a spoon, try to taste it. See what it tastes like. And then taste some lard or tallow. Tallow is the better one, by the way. So when you go and eat processed foods or fast food or whatever, you're eating this crap. You're probably eating a tablespoon of this every time you eat that garbage. No wonder it smells and tastes terrible. Why do you think I don't like being around the Chick-fil-A? And I think they may use peanut oil, I don't know. But seed oils are just not a good thing, even if they come from roots. So, anyway, I just wanted to give you that little quick experiment, and I'll talk to you later.